All right, welcome back. Had to do some family chores here, and now we're getting ready to start. And there's Jason's thumb again. And okay, so now they go. So minions always move, full movement if possible, 1, 2, 3. And they will move the fourth to here, because moving one space over to here gets them one space closer to this, even though they have to backtrack to stay on the path. So that is part of the interesting pathway for them. And it does put our hero in range for it to attack. So that's going to be an interesting thing to resolve. This one's going to move 2, and this one's going to move 3, which turns out to be only 2 because he's blocked. And now we get to the end. But here's where it's interesting. We now attack with our spires, and this one, I'm knocking over spires because I'm trying to position my camera here. This spire can only go to here, so not quite, but this spire can hit him. So we're gonna go ahead and roll, and I rolled a 2. So I was actually able to kill this Harrier before he even had a chance to attack. And that gives us a source. Yeah, just one source. So now we move to 2. Okay. Well, that saves our hero from taking unnecessary damage from him. And let's keep going here. So now it's their turn to attack. There's nothing to attack. So now it comes back to us. So we're getting ready to do our move step. But before we do our move, our builder is going to upgrade him. And he's going to upgrade. I would really love to add a range so he can just hit one more space away. But the damage would be super nice as well. There's so many things I want to do with my platform. But I think what I'm going to do... Yeah, I'm going to add a range first. Although this guy's going to move in our range. He's going to be in range when he moves. So instead of adding a range, I'm going to add an attack. So let's add an attack. It has to go to the bottom. So now he's going to do 2 damage, or roll 2 dice basically against anybody. I do like that. And he does splash damage, and I have to remember that. Splash, I think, only hits units. I don't think it hits other towers. But, yeah, units. Okay. But what that does, though, is that removes the architect. So the architect is now out of the game. He actually has a lot of health points. There is a very good argument to be made that maybe he should have just been attacking. But I don't mind what he just did there. So now we got to keep going, though. And technically, I was supposed to activate him first, or my hero. And he wants to move 3 spaces. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, which puts him in harm's way of just about everything. So he might be in trouble. And then our Aegis is only going to move 1 to there. And then I think for my hero, I'm going to go ahead and move to here and take my chances against him and see if I can remove this guy from here on out. Okay, so it's Spire attack time. This one for sure is going to attack me. And he does 1 damage, but I absorb it, so the hero is fine. Now we get to these 2 over here, and the story's a little different. They're both going to try to attack him, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the Elfin Kazi one. He rolls 1 die. Oh, good. He rolled a blank. And then this one rolls 2 dice. So we're going to roll 2 dice, and he's going up against our dispatch, and he did 2 damage. But the good news is we missed with 1 of our dice, and that means that on the hair of his chinny chin chin, he lived to fight another day. So I think that's awesome, because now we get to do our attacks. And so he has a range of 2. So we can hit the tower, or we can hit this tower over here. The problem is he only does 1 damage, so this tower is immune to him. Or we could hit the units. But I'm going after the tower. I'm going to take out his range, and that really lops that tower down. To be able to take one range away from that tower was awesome. And even if I lose this unit from here on out, he did his job. He was able to help truncate the range of that tower. So that way everybody else can have just a little bit more space before they start getting attacked. And then for our hero, we're gonna finish off this tower. And so we did destroy this tower. It is a high rise, and you can see here we get 3 source for that. So our source now goes up to 5. And we get to level up our hero. And so he has 2 pips, as you can see. So this is his last level up. And I am going to give him another attack. We're going to make him punch hard. He's going to do 4 attack, basically. And then once we get his health back, everything's going to be good. So I think that ends our turn. So now we move to them. And so again, they get to move. This joust is going to move 1, 2, like that. And then this joust is going to move and have to stop. Technically speaking, he has to move all of his movement points. And so he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So because he has to use all of his movement points, he will go here, because that is the rule is you have to use your movement points if you can, as long as you progress. And he has progressed, and so he has to move here. And he has no ability to move on other types of terrain, so he's gonna move there because that doesn't hurt him. Most of the time it's no big deal, but it could make a difference if I had units here or whatever. Okay, so so he did his move. Now our spires attack, and this one here rolls 2 dice, and I can go after this guy here or this guy over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go after this one, and so I get to roll 2 dice against him. And I did 1 damage. So that's fine. We did 1 damage to him. And that's it. Oh, his quick strike ability. I keep forgetting about this. Quick strike, I think, means he's going before he attacks prior to Spire's firing. So there's no way we can finish him off. So what he would do is he would attack with his 2 damage against him, and he's dead. All right. So I think that's it. There's nothing else going on. And it is now our turn. Now remember, at the beginning of our turn, we get to do 2 limited build actions. So I'm up to 5 CP. If I want to add another upgrade to this guy, it would cost me 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one would be 4 CP to do an upgrade to him. And so I can do that, or I can spend 3 CP to add 1 upgrade to him. I'm going to spend 4 and add an upgrade to him. So that puts us down to 1 CP remaining. And the upgrade I'm going to do is either another attack or a range. And I'm actually going to do a range. So now I have 2 range and 2 attack. So I can start doing some serious death mongering. Now that is one of my 2 build actions I can do. It's possible I could possibly do more. But I was able to do that because I had CP to spend, or not CP, I'm sorry, source to spend. Okay, it is our turn to do move, and I am going to move my hero 2 spaces this way, and my Aegis only moves 1 to there, and my turn is over. Now, can they attack me? Yes, they can. No, they can't. Well, yes, this one. No, I took away one of his range tokens. So this one can no longer have the range to hit me. And that was why I was so happy I did that. So yes, that's all we're gonna do. There's no tower of theirs that can hit me, and there's no attacks I can do on them, so my turn's over. So now it's their turn. This guy is going to move 2 spaces. This one's going to move 1, 2, 3. And then our tower now has 3 range. So 1, 2, 3. I can hit the first guy or this one. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this first guy here, and I'm going to roll 2 dice. And you can see I just did 2 damage. And so this guy just died, and we got 2 CP for taking him out. So that puts us up to 3. And there's 1 guy left, a Harrier, and so we'll give him 2 health. Like that. And that's it for our towers and what our towers can do. And I'm just thinking, they can't attack us. The Elfin Kazi, like I said, per the rules, is only going after our hero, and I'm carefully keeping our hero away from him. So their turn ends. Now it goes to our turn. We're going to do our last of our limited builds, and we're going to spend 3 CP, or 3 source, and go down to 0. And that 3 source is because I'm going to upgrade this tower. And I'm going to do a similar thing. We're going to add another attack to this tower, like so, and then maybe later we can upgrade it with another range. For movement, I'm going to move 1, 2. My plan, folks, is I'm going to go back here and heal. And I'm pretty confident my 2 towers are going to take them out. That's why I'm spending so much to upgrade the towers, and I want to get my guy healed. This guy is going to move 1 space, because that's all he gets to do. And then our turn is over. Now, this tower can attack. No, he cannot, because he had his range reduced. So no attacking us. We don't attack them. It's a wash. So now we get to their turn. This Harrier is going to move 4 spaces and go to there. The Joust is going to move 2 spaces to there. And now they both have Quick Strike, which means they're going to get to attack me before my towers get to attack them. So this one does 2 damage. I have armored, so he does do 1 damage to me, unfortunately, but I do 2 damage back, and I actually kill him. And so the Harrier is dead, and we get 1 CP for that. Doing that off camera. This one has Fury Kick, so I got to look up what that does. Let's see what he is doing to us. When attacking a minion, this unit trades places with it prior to applying damage. The damage from this attack is dealt to all opposing units adjacent to this unit. Okay, so that's fine. So let's roll to see if he does damage. Oh no, he doesn't roll. He just does damage. So he's going to trade places with me. And then he does 2 damage, which is going to take another health off. That hurts. But then we're going to do 2 damage back to him. And the fact that they had Quick Strike really stunk. So now our towers get to go. This one is going to be able to hit with 2 dice. And it misses. This one's going to be able to hit with 2 dice. And it hits for 1. So this guy got hit for 1, but he stays alive. All right, so that brings us to the end. And now it's our turn. I only have 1 CP. I've used all my limited builds. There's no more limited builds to use. So now I'm going to go in, and this guy is going to come off, and basically he's going to heal up to 6. So I'm going to grab 4 health. He's out for the rest of the wave, but he's at least up to 6. And he'll be able to come back in next round. Our Aegis does move forward, and now he's subjective to getting hit by these towers. I would love for him to be able to at least damage a tower before he dies. The fact that he took those 2 damages really hurts. So the towers are going to fire. This one's going to roll 2 dice. That one's going to roll just 1 die because of this. So let's roll 1 die. It does 1 damage, but he's armored, so we're good. And I need one of these to miss, and it doesn't. He does 2 damage, and dang it, our Aegis didn't do squat this game. He basically did nothing. Had he gotten to here, he would have destroyed this and then destroyed that, and basically would have taken the tower out in 1 hit. But it just doesn't work out that way when you got all the damage done to him by these jerks. So now it's their turn, so he's gonna go 1, 2, 3. He's ready to attack our fortress. He does do quick strike, so he's going to attack the fortress first. So he does 2 damage to the fortress. So we actually took 2 damage and we're down to 8. And the fortress automatically does 1 damage back. It has an auto retaliate. And so he is going to give us 2 CP. And he made it through, unfortunately. So that brings us to the end of the wave. There's nothing left on the board. Our hero probably could have finished these guys off, but I really needed our hero to heal up. So our 2 drilling mine posts, I'm going to take back. And I'm going to take 12 CP along with it. Or I keep saying CP, I apologize. I'm up to 15. Like that, so I have 15. And that's an awesome amount for next turn. So that brings us to the end of wave 2, and now we're getting ready to start wave 3. So wave 3, it's the same deal. We're going to roll an event die, and then we're going to get 9 CP this time, and you can see there's a lot of stuff coming from them as well. Nothing going on there. So let's roll the event die, see what that does. I rolled a 1. Which means Darb gets an attack upgrade. Excuse me. So Darb is going to be pretty powerful. He's punching hard. Excuse me. All right. So that's the event phase. Now we do income. We gain nothing for income, but we do have 15 from the last round. We can repair defeated fortress gates, which we're not defeated, so there's nothing to repair. And by the way, when it comes to like a multiplayer game, if the wave were to end 4 waves and no fortress gate is fully defeated, the fact that I'm down to 8, the fortress gate health is actually part of your endgame points. So the fact that I'm down to 8 means that he actually has more points than me because he's at 10 points, I'm only at 8 points. Now, I do get extra points because I have a fortress upgrade, so that gives me points. But none of that really matters in a solitaire mode, but it's something, though, that just trying to explain, taking damage to your fortress health does reduce your overall points if you can't, completely defeat a player in the 4 waves. Okay, so now we're at the build phase where we can construct spires or advance our fortress. And I think I'm at a spot where I want to, let's say we wanted to upgrade this one. It would cost us 4 CP to do it. I could do the thing where I built 2 more mining for 6 each. And then that gives, 3 each for 6 points. And then I'll get 12 at the end. I could do that again. That would leave me with 9 to do other things. But I want to make sure that I'm buying enough stuff so that my units are upgraded. And the thing I really want to get is an upgraded Source Siege minion. So that's going to cost me 9 points to do. And you know what? Maybe that's what I should do. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And so I'm going to build the 2 drilling outposts for 6, just like I did before, because I like the extra income. And then I'm going to spend 9 points to upgrade my smelter twice, from level 1 to level 2. And so let me grab, and where's the smelter? Right here. So I'm going to put him on level 2, like that. So our smelter is upgraded to level 2, and Now, why did I do that? This guy transports units, first of all. He has a 3 range attack. He does 1 damage, 3 range away. If I flip him over, he has a 4 range attack and he does 2 damage. This guy is awesome. So I'm hoping to buy this guy. He does cost 6 CP, but I think we're ready for him. So we did advance our fortress. We spent all of our source. We're down to 0. And now we do our prep. So we get to spend, so let's look at us. We get to spend 9, and they're gonna start with a Harrier upgraded. So let's do that. An upgraded Harrier on top. Darb is on the bottom. So Darb's coming out. That's pretty nasty. And then a Joust, Harrier, and Harrier all upgraded. These are grouped together, like so. And then this Harrier is on top. So that's the situation we got coming at us. And we get to spend 9 CP. And like I told you, I want to spend 6 of it on this guy. He's got 5 health. And then I have 3 left. So I can get a Battleborn, or I can get this 2 range guy for 3. And I think I'm going to do that. That Aegis experiment didn't work out for us. I wish I would have made it so he was upgraded instead, because he does 2 damage when he's upgraded. I mean, that's awesome. So that was unfortunate. This one moves more spaces than he does, but I can choose to put him on top. In fact, I can even make it so they're grouped, but I don't want to. So I think what I want to do is I don't want this guy moving super fast because he's got 4 range. So I'm going to actually put the dispatch on top. And then our hero, I will put on top of him. So our hero will dispatch first. Okay, so I believe we did everything coming up to this. Yep. So now we do Onslaught. For wave 3, we're the first player to go again. So, and then on the final wave, it'll be them. So I'm gonna go ahead and move. This guy got 3 movement points now. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 to stay out of the way of the Elfin-Kazi. And then this guy is gonna go 1, 2, because that's all his movement allows. And then that forces him to stay behind and only move 1 space. I think that's what I prefer to do right now. If I had him go first, he would move 3 to here. You know what? I'm gonna have him go first and move to there. I'm gonna move him to here, which blocks the movement, right? This one has 3 movement, so he would move 1, 2, and he's forced to move here for 3. And then this one would move 1, 2. So I changed it up a little bit. He still went first. He moved to here. He's in the Elfin-Kazi range. This one moved last. This one moved next, which allowed him to move here without being blocked. Here's why. He has a 4 range. Oh, and he has transport. Transport means that if he's below him, yeah. So transport means that we do that. Sorry, folks. I have to group them together. That's what transport does. But the important part here is that he has 4 range. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so it's their turn to attack. So the tower itself is going to attack me because I'm not in range because I destroyed one of these. Never mind. But the Elfin-Kazi only attacks when it's their turn. It's my turn right now. So this guy's going to attack, and he has an attack range of, or attack value of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we just destroyed another range off of that tower. That's the whole point of that. And yes, our turn ends. So now we move on to the next turn, which is them. And that Elfinkazi is going to get to hit me, now that I think about it. But I really wanted to block him from moving super fast down the path. I want him to use his 4 range to do a lot of damage. So let's do the Harrier. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Joust moves 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the Darb is going to move 2. And this guy is pretty tough. Okay, so do we get to attack them? No, nothing happens except for this. The Elfinkazi is going to go 1, 2, and then blow up, and he's going to do 1 damage to me. Oh, I do have survival. Let's look up what survival does. At the end of your turn, if this unit did not move or attack, it may recover 1 health. Ooh, that's super cool. Okay, so we do take 1 damage because he does 2 damage to us. And he gets destroyed and we get 2 CP for that. So that part's good. We're back up to 2. All right, now it's our turn. And for our turn, I am going to refuse to move my hero, which then blocks the Source Siege from moving. And I'm going to mix and repeat. And so he's going to have a range of 4, and we're going to destroy this. And so now we destroyed this, and we get 3 Source. And I am now up to 5 Source, and it is going to be their turn. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video and say thanks for watching. Stay awesome.